All right, ladies and gentlemen, these three distinguished speakers will share with you what they know and what they experience from what they do as investors and also as special economic zones. Before I give you a chance to ask questions, I have some prepared questions to make situation pretty much difficult. Okay? And after that, I'll give you... Ini buat nakut-nakutin mereka aja. Ya. Okay, I'm gonna start the question. The first question, Jun, we can call him Jun, because from the way you sit, you look like the most prepared compared to the two ladies, you know. Look at the two ladies. They are busy with the notes, you know. They are busy with their... You're not. You're okay. You're very easy. So I should start from you.
Okay.
Make
Yeah.
sure that you answer correctly because you have
Okay. I will say 50-50. Yeah.
Okay. Jun, I have three questions, in fact, but I will ask one by one, right? The question is not from me, but it's from the committee. So it's a very well-made and very well-prepared questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Number one, Jun, drawing from experiences, what valuable insights and lesson can be shared with other investors and stakeholders interested in venturing into special economic zones? Give you 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So, hello everyone, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Junichiro Kinoshita. You can just remember me as Jun. It's just after May and before July. Okay. Now that's the first important key takeaway from today.
Were you born on June? No.
I was born in May, actually. And our company, Mitsubishi Estate Indonesia, maybe before I answer your question, I will a bit introduce what we do, our company do in the island itself. So that they can understand more smoothly. So Mitsubishi Estate in Indonesia started to invest in Kura, Bali. We are going to develop, together with BTID, Bali Total Island Development, a luxury outlet mall in this island. So the project will start, the main construction will start soon, and the completion will be around 2026 first quarter. So that's our position right now. So from the, sorry, I almost forgot the important first.
What valuable insight?
Okay, what valuable insight? So let me rephrase it as a benefit that I felt so far during the investment. So first things first, SEZ will help you even before you start investment, because SEZ will help you to understand the concept or the direction of the area's entire area's development itself. So when you invest, you can understand your investment will for sure be in line with the entire concept of the area's development, which means the mismatch between your investment and SEZ's concept will not happen. That's the first thing I want to emphasize, even before the investment. And obviously, the most noticeable, tangible benefit is the tax reduction.
Okay, what are the best practices for a successful investment in special economic zones?
So far from my experience, the best practice I can highlight three things. The first one, obviously, to understand the benefits and the regulations of SEZs, because you need to familiarize yourself to utilize fully the benefits of the SEZ itself, and you need to familiarize yourself with the regulations, because each SEZ has a different regulation. And also timeline, you need to understand the timeline because it's different from non-SEZ development. In SEZ development, you need a certain timeline for you to obtain the license. So you need to take that into account when you develop. And secondly, the engaging local partner is crucial especially for the foreign investors like us. When I say local partners, it doesn't just mean the local JV partner, but also the local consultants, legal advisors, tax consultants as well, to understand and capture the benefits and regulations that I mentioned before.
Okay. Yep. Thank you, Jun.
Thank you.
Now I would like to ask the two special economic zones here, Ibu Christine and Ibu Tuti. I know you are the first in Bali, right? And then followed by Kura Bali. But I'll give the question first to the most senior one here, okay? To Ibu Tuti. Bu Tuti, representing Kura Bali special economic zones, how does Kura Bali offer investors a competitive advantage, and what specific benefits can be derived from investing in your special economic zones?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked me. But most of the answers probably have been explained by Ibu Amalia here. What we're planning to do in Kura Bali is, it was funny. Let me go back. You know, when we applied for, or first having discussions about applying to SEZ, Pak Arif Yahya at that time, the Minister of Tourism, about 2 ministers ago, right, asked me, Ibu Tuti, Bali is already full with hotel and beaches and retails. What are you going to do? I don't know why, but my answer immediately was, I want a new Bali. Did not even think about what new Bali is, but it was a very immediate response that I said. And said, what do you mean? And then I started having all these visions, like, yeah, I want to have something which is not like Legian, which is not like Kuta, but something which is high-end. You know? And it was lo and behold, you know, and finally when we submitted applications, the new era of Bali Kerthi was already introduced, and we were very much in line with that thinking. So I was very happy. So what we're doing here is, yes, we want to develop Bali, which aligns with new era Kerthi Bali. We will be building various facilities for tourism and creative industry. Basically, especially for the tourism, definitely will be for high-end. It will be 5 stars, 6 stars. It will be education, which is very, very good, but it's also high quality. It will be international marina, which we do not have. A lot of people call that they have marina, but I think once our marina is already set up, people will see the difference between our marina and the rest of the marina you can find in Indonesia. Okay. And then there will be the creative economy, which we would like to focus is related to the health, wellness, clinics, hospitals, as well as the digital and what we call is a tech hub. So that will be the future of Indonesia in dealings with the requirements of how Indonesia should develop. People have to know about all those digitalizations, but we are providing also something on entertainment, something on retails, you know, all very high end. So that's the idea of where's my minister? Mas Adis. Yeah, the minister said that spend more. We want the people who comes here to spend more. And I think that's also one of the things why when we discussed with Mitsubishi, Mitsubishi was very much interested in coming, right? Yeah, because it's for high end. If it is not for high end, I don't think we can ask Mitsubishi to come, right? Yeah, so thank you. So in short, I think another attractive or competitive, which we have in Kura Bali, is we are close to the airport, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. Granted, by special economic zone, it was also a blessing because obviously location is the key. One of the investors today told me that if they want to look into a place to invest, what does it mean? Location, 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 right? Yeah. So our location is just perfect. I think many of you have gone around the island today, and I can say that there's no other place in Bali which is like this. It's an island which is with all of the beaches, white beaches. We have canal, we have mangrove, we have over than 160 birds. We will be having a international mangrove research center, and that's a G2G research between Indonesian government and UAE. So, you know, we have everything. We have the nature, we will provide people with all their needs, and we will get more money in Indonesia. The philosophy is 4L, 6L, right? I mean, I'm asking the caller friend there. 6L, life, living,
Leisure,
leisure, lifestyle, longevity, and landscape.
Okay.
We will have them all in Kura Bali.
6 L's.
Yes.
6 L. Thank you very much, Bu Tuti. I think it's very comprehensive. Yeah. From what Ibu Tuti has just said, I think you can learn what benefits you can enjoy as investors if you invest here in Kura Bali. Now, I would like to give the same questions to Ibu Christine. What benefit, what advantages you can offer to investors, and why investors should invest in your place?
Okay, thank you, Pak Tantowi, and thank you very much for having us today. For us, actually, it's not as big as Kura SZ. It's only like 43 hectares, but very beautiful. With 1.2 kilometer length of the beach, very beautiful. To be hotels and golf course. We actually started this project 2.5 years ago because we see that the room to grow for healthcare industry is still very attractive. We can see that every year it's 2 million people of Indonesia going abroad, as stated by Pak Tantowi. Abroad to do their medical and wellness treatment. So like we do some survey like 2 years ago, from that 2 million, 32% always go to Singapore and Malaysia to do the medical treatment. Then they go to Thailand, of course, for doing the wellness activities. As we know that Thailand now is very, expand to the wellness activities. Then about the 100,000 go to US, to Mayo Clinic for doing the oncology treatment. So that's the fact. Then we can see that the room to grow for this is very big in Indonesia. And our strategy in Sanur SEC is actually, the first one is, of course, Bali is a world-class destination, right? So, so it's a desirable place to go for the diversified tourists. Then, it's a very big potential to invest first medical and wellness destination in Indonesia, because we are the first of special economic zone in healthcare. Then, number 2 is that because this is a special economic zone, so we have, of course, we have a very strong support from the government, like the easiness of the doctors, nurses, medicine, technology, and also everything, tax holiday, and so on. Then number 3 is that we are trying to develop a world-class medical and wellness destination. So this is the most integrated medical and tourism facilities actually. exhausted with 5-star hotels. Our 5-star hotel is now opening already since the last March, 14th of March. We do now the pre-opening, and we hope to have our grand launching on the next July or August. Then we have a 5,000 pax convention center, very big. Now maybe it's the largest now in Bali, and already we do some events already in the convention. Then of course we also will have a hospital. Hi Ansli, Ansli is here from Swire, together working with in IHC. For the hospitals and also some clinics. We have our partners also here. We plan to have some clinics like aesthetic, plastic surgery clinics, then regenerative medicine, then IVF or fertility. Then also we work together with now Jakarta Eye Center. Of course, we will have our local partner. But of course, because stated in the regulation that the clinics have to, do a partnership with international partners. So that is why Indonesian always go to overseas, because they trust the doctors, expert. We need the experts, right? Then technology, the experience, and so on. So. We hope that all complex will be completed in 2025 altogether. Then now some partners are still doing designing, some under construction, and we really hope to finish this in 2025 Q2. Yeah, Pak Tantowi.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you very nice fact about Bali being the place for special economic zones. Bali has been very blessed. I think it's only in Bali, 2 special economic zones. They are not too far away from each other, only 15 kilometers away. And actually they complement each other. Am I right? Yes. In operational layer, you are interlinked, you complement each other.
We will be collaborating also.
You use your microphone, yeah.
Yes. It's interlinked because we're very close to each other, and we will be collaborating with each other.
Okay. In other words, correct me if I'm wrong, Ibu Christine, if you are full, then you can refer the customer, the investor, to us.
Yes.
Okay.
Will do.
That is what is meant by interlink, we help each other, right? Thank you. Because you are only 48 hectares.
43.
43 hectares?
And we are 498 hectares.
498. So there is nowhere to go than coming here. Thank you very much. Okay, before I give the chance to the floor to ask you people about what I want to know from Special Economic Zone, I have one question left for you, June. What are the key consideration investors should take into account when evaluating this suitability of a particular special economic zone for their investment strategy?
Okay. For evaluating the SEZ itself, before evaluating the SEZ, I totally agree with what Ibu Tuti mentioned. For the property business, location is everything. So location. So before even considering the SEZ or not, you need to make sure that your property, your business will fit the location first. Then whether your investment will fit the SEZ itself. These are the similar but 2 different things. So you need to make sure your investment will fit the location as well as the SEZ's concept. So not only just for the SEZ, but also the location first.
Okay. The location and the SEZ concept. Those are the 2 key points that investors should take into account before deciding for investment.
Right.
Thank you very much, Jun. All right, now how long is the time left? Oh, 12 minutes. Okay, I still have 12 minutes. Now, I give the chance to the floor to ask questions to our distinguished speakers. Don't forget to mention your name and the company you are representing. Please. Yes, sir. Microphone, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name's Ainsley Mann from Smart Pacific, and as Ibu Christine said, we're involved with the hospital in her economic zone in Sanur. I'm basically at the front end of this in terms of looking after the construction, finding the specialist partnerships to come into the hospital, even recruiting some of the foreign specialists to come in. And I agree with Christine that the support from the high level of the government has been very good. But she knows I've been quite frustrated with the administration and the setup of the Special Economic Zone Administration Office, or lack of, to some extent. So my question really, and healthcare particularly, is very complicated in terms of partnership structures, the drugs, we compound on our chemo drugs, there's some manufacturing, there's a whole bunch of different things that go on in that industry. So my question is, how would you improve the administration so that the actual execution experience of the investor is better and the economic zone delivers what it actually says in the marketing material? It shouldn't take 6 months to bring in a foreign doctor, for example, Christine.
Thank you very much. I think the question is addressed to the two special economic zones, not to June. You are safe, June. Okay, right.
You know what? I think the frustration is there even for us too in Kura Bali. But again, we have to understand that the government, as much as they're very supportive to us, they have to work also with the local government. And so the communication between the central and the local, that's where sometimes it's not saying breaking, but it's being interrupted. You know. But here, I would like to have a call a friend, or maybe if, if my friend out there is willing to respond, maybe Pa Bambang, you can respond a little bit on what are you doing with respect to all that difficulty? Because, you know, there is something, I want to say, there is, you know, as an SEZ company, we reported our activities every 2 weeks, every month, and every 3 months. You know, every 2 weeks to the tourism, and to them, and every month also to the governor, and every 3 months somebody else, whether it's BI or some other organization. So we are being...
Sana.
So we report all the time, and our operation is very transparent. And in the discussions, we always mention if we have difficulties. They've been trying to help, but let's see, maybe he can clarify these issues.
Ini namanya ask the audience.
Yes, ask the audience.
Okay.
If I may, let me try to answer the question. So I'm Bambang from the National Council for Special Economic Zone, Secretary General. So actually, we understand that our regulation is brand new, and National Council consists of several ministers, and we are committed actually to support. However, there are some regulations that needs to be discussed. So actually, we have a task force in the central government to support Bu Sanur Special Economic Zone to make sure that all the regulation on its place, and we did some acceleration to make sure that all the regulation on its place. So please be patient, because we are settling down the regulation, because it takes time to finalize the regulation issued and then to implement. But we are committed to communicate with all the ministers and stakeholders to make sure acceleration of this process. Regarding the foreign doctor, actually the commitment from the Ministry of Health is already in its place, and that's why we are trying to create another healthcare special economic zone, and hopefully the more healthcare special economic zones, the more clarity of the regulation and the implementation. I hope this may answer your question. Terima kasih, Pak.
Let me ask, let me add. You know, as I know it's difficult, Pak Bambang, you know, and we all appreciate the efforts. There's one thing which I have to mention with SEZ. With normal company which is not in the SEZ zone, it will be very difficult to ask the government officials to do something like this. But with these special economic zones, we have the attention and the commitment from the National Council. So that's a big, big, huge plus for us and for the investors. Thank you.
I think you got two answers at the same time, one from the government and one from one of the best corporate lawyers in Indonesia. I know they don't satisfy you. No, it's okay, but they come up with answers. So this is a brand new product, brand new system. What you have to do is what? Be patient. Okay, next question. Yes, the one at the back.
Thank you, Pak Tanto.
Yeah.
I'm Agus from Vice Chairman of Kadin Bali. My question is maybe to Bu Christine and Bu Tuti. Because for Kek Sanur, I'm involved in early 2008 actually. Before that, 2005 probably, when he diversified the assets into new development. And then for PTID, I'm participating in early 89-90, early development. My question is, since these two KEK already exist and decide as key investment of Bali, how that these two KEK diversify the benefit for the government and the peoples of Bali. How the two type of investment, where the land investment is in different structures. How this will be the benefit government and the people of Bali. Thank you.
Maybe Bu Christine will answer.
Thank you, Pak. So, as I mentioned earlier about the two Indonesian citizens that always go overseas to do the medical and treatment. So, our aim is, to bring all the Indonesian people to just stay in Bali, to get a medical wellness treatment, because we have like I mentioned, Bu Tuti mentioned about all the benefits that investors will get if they do the investment in Bali. So for the whole complex, we will, all the partners, our total investment will be about 20 trillion rupiah, and then also not including the hotel. I think the hotel and convention is about 2 trillion. Then also for the special economic zone for Bali people itself, we will add some workers till 43,000 workers in Bali. So, and 50% of them is local. Now we can see the hotel, we do the operation.
43,000
workers.
in how many years?
3 years to 4 years.
3 to 4 years.
Yes,
You will
3 to 4
employ
years.
43,000 workers.
Yes.
And most of them are locals.
Locals. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
How about Kura Bali, Bu? How many workers that we will employ?
Oh, I can't remember because the whole island will be developed between 20 to 25 years, but we do have a plan about probably the cost of all the total investment is about 104 trillion rupiah.
I think it's about 35,000.
Could be.
35.
In
No, in 30 years. In 30 years. Yeah, in 30 years.
But the berapa?
Berapa?
Huh?
50?
6?
You may
Yeah,
answer.
just
It's about 50 to 60,000.
In 30 years.
Yes.
In
for
30
the whole
years.
development.
Yes, for
Yeah,
the whole
and but-
development.
And majority will be Balinese, definitely.
Yes.
You know, it's even right now, our total employees were still in the amount of hundreds, but half of them are all Balinese from the Desa Serangan.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, we still have 2 minutes. Okay, wow, I want ladies now. Sorry, sir. But we have 2 gentlemen already. Now we have a lady. Ibu ini sini. Silakan, Bu. Yeah.
Hello, Pak Tanto.
Hello, nice to see you.
Good. My name is Fitri. I run a ultra luxury and luxury travel, and I loved all these concepts about developing Indonesia. My questions is, what are we doing with infrastructure when it comes to roads, airports, building this massive Bali and Sanur, and we're already congested in Bali, and it's turning off a lot of ultra or luxury clients because they don't like to be stuck in the traffic. I'm not hearing much of those news updates in the government sector. Also, we know that Bali airport is very limited as well with all this incoming. What are we doing with it? Because we have a lot of queue already in line up there. Planes are landing quite queue delay because of this. So that's my questions to the committee. Thank you.
Wow, that's a very important question. I think that represent many in this room this afternoon. And I'm glad that the next government is here. So he's hearing Rosan, Pak Rosan. The questions said by the lady there represent the wish from the people here, okay, and the next government. Yeah, and you are here representing the next government. Yeah. Siapa yang mau jawab ini? Ibu Tuti atau I think both of you, right?
Yeah. No, I think it is not our authority to, but understand that yes, the airport in Bali sometimes is so congested, but what we can say, what I can say with respect to Kura Bali, we are making sure that the road, all the infrastructures built in Kura Bali is all planned nicely, sustainable and good. But with respect to airport, it's beyond our authority. Maybe Ibu Amalia can respond. Yeah. Is there any plan on Bapenas about the airport? Because Amalia is here, but Pak Rosan masih in the future, so maybe it's here.
No, the future is only 5 months away. Ibu.
And continuing the existing program.
Yeah. Bu, probably you can share what you know about the plan for Bali's development, especially regarding the infrastructure. Yeah.
So thank you. I'd like to try to respond this.
Yeah.
As far as we know from the Ministry of National Development Planning, we are actually would like to commit it. We are working actually very intensively from central government and also with the local government to really develop the infrastructure of Bali, and especially that we would like to improve the connectivity. We know that the road is already congested, and we are now trying to find out another solution. One of them is LRT, that is really on the pipeline, and also the other one is the airport. We are planning to have in our Bali economic transformation roadmap, we are also really trying to push and then to put forward the development of airport in the northern part of Bali to reduce the congestion of Bali here. But of course, connectivity between two SEZ, Sanur and Kura Bali is also in our plan. So we are really thinking how to reduce the congestion of Bali infrastructure, and it is on our pipeline for this. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope it answers your questions. I think from what we read every day in the news, there has been a plan to make underground from airport to Canggu. I think it will start sometimes this year. And the new airport is now being planned. Right? Di mana tuh di arah ya. All right. I'm so sorry I cannot take more questions because time's up. because the next session is about to begin, and the topic that will be brought in the next session is not less important. And I should say that we will share about some important issues that you have been thinking of or you have been wanting to ask the government about that. We will be talking about immigration, we'll talk about taxations and anything like that. So I thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for your participation. And on top of everything, I would like to thank all the esteemed speakers for sharing honestly about what you know about your organization and your experience as investor. So thank you very much and good afternoon.